I've marinated the figs in balsamic vinegar, maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons, olive oil. I'm in the process of blanching the vegetables, the turnips, the parsnips, the carrots, and the white onions. I've also blanched the scallions, and you can see how pretty those are, so green. And now I have the red onions in there. The beef sauce goes over the top of that. Ribs out, and then we're going to cut the ribs in 2 pieces, about 2.5 inches long. I'm just shaping these. All right, I've gotten the caul fat out, and I'm putting it in cold water to let it soak for about 30 minutes. And you can see it's a very thin membrane there. It's almost transparent. And what we want to do is wrap a double layer of this around. Going to prepare to fry the ribs that are wrapped in caul fat. I'm going to turn this up to medium, and we'll go about 30 seconds on each side. Now we're going to put these cooked meat on the bottom of this large pot. Now we're going to float the ribs in the remainder of the sauce. Goes. Now I'm going to work on the cheese course. We're going to apply an X on one side of each of these plates with the balsamic glaze. And we're going to put a tablespoon of the brie in here. Alright, on top of the brie, we're going to put peppers. And atop that, one of the fried croutons. And then we do it again. And I believe, yes, our guests are arriving. My wife Marilyn agreed to conduct the bourbon inspections while I finished preparing dinner. Open the bag. Who knows what's in there?
Very nice. Thank you.
This is the most polite inspection yet. This is a good time to take a break for the next guests. Wow. La Marseillaise. Nicely done. This guest is like, what? The price of a single dinner at the French Laundry would buy 175 cups of coffee at Starbucks. But I understand now why one might be willing to give up 6 months of morning brew to dine at the laundry. The ingenuity, intricacy, and, yes, laboriousness of the French Laundry's recipes turn fine raw materials into culinary objects of art. This was the toughest meal I've made for a dinner party, but the recipes were stunning. I'd give the cornets an A based on visual appearance alone. The delicate and salty sweet cornets with their toasty sesame seeds lent a deeply satisfying crunch to the creamy chew of salmon, creme fraiche, sweet red onions, lemon oil, and shallots. The fig salad featured a combination of sweet figs and aromatic fennel that was both unusual and marvelous. And the balsamic glaze twisted over the fennel oil made for a vivid and tasty display. I mistakenly added the roasted peppers to the cheese course rather than this dish, but it actually worked for both dishes. There were no such missteps with our entree, the pot-au-feu, another mouth-watering and visually enchanting course. The caul fat basted the short ribs as it melted down to a glistening and savory veneer. We next luxuriated in an elegant cheese course with whipped cheese, crisp fried baguette slices, and fresh greens. I loved all the courses, but if I had to pick a favorite, it'd be the dessert. Banana puree, white chocolate, bittersweet dark chocolate, crepes, homemade poached banana ice cream, whipped cream, and a cherry on top. Need I say more? My guests for this meal were even more entertaining than usual, starting with a stirring rendition of the French national anthem by the professional trumpeter in our group. And the evening ended with an after-dinner exhibition of stunning photographs by another guest. You can find his photos at the link posted in the description below. No bourbon dinner is complete without its namesake libation, and I really scored on this one. Two of our favorites from previous episodes made an appearance, Woodford Reserve and Basil Hayden's. Impressive and valuable selections, to be sure. As for the newcomer, I know I.W. Harper only by reputation, though the diners acquainted themselves with the newcomer, and it proved a brilliant digestif. I will definitely make other French laundry dishes in the future, but probably not an entire meal, at least not solo. And if you decide to test your skills, start with the banana puree dessert. It's killer. Well, you know the drill. Like and subscribe. Good night.